So good morning and welcome to our Thursday morning gathering. My name is Tara Healey and I'm the founder and director of Mind the Moment, the mindfulness program of Point 32 Health. And delighted to be with you this morning for practice. For anybody that is new and joining for the first time, a special and warm welcome to you. These practices are fully guided, usually 12 to 14 minutes in length, with periods of silence throughout. And then we save time at the end, usually 10 minutes or so for Q&A. And also for any of you that have come across resources that you think are valuable, that have supported your own practice. It's an opportunity just as a community to share those resources. So it could be a book or an app, a podcast. I also, so there's a couple things before we get started. One is that I want to apologize for last Thursday. I'm not sure how many of you were on, but you clearly noticed that there was no session. And that was completely my fault. I got absorbed in something that morning that I was doing. I was part of an afternoon event in our Canton office. And as I was prepping for that event, I completely lost track of time. So I just wanted to say that I was sorry. And yeah, I, I think that's about all I can say. I also apologize to folks that were on yesterday, since many of you come for all 3 days. Just wanted to make sure that I mentioned something about it so that anybody that was here knew that yeah, you were in the right place and I was in the wrong place. And then the other thing is, and I'm going to share my screen in a minute, but I wanted to let everybody know that we are at work and in my department in behavioral health, and we started talking about just all of the difficulty globally, with so much happening around the world, violence and war, so much happening environmentally, politically, wherever you are, whichever side of the political spectrum you're on, it's a very stressful time. And so we're going to offer a couple of sessions that really look at how to work with fear, how to work with uncertainty, especially in this time of global unrest. So I want to just share my screen. And so we're going to be offering on Thursday, October 24th, and then Wednesday, November 13th, 2 sessions that are just about a half hour in length. And this is a free workshop. This is open to everybody and anybody that is interested in taking part. I'm going to scroll down here so that you can see. And that's the link. So this is a PDF, so I can't actually copy and paste it in the chat. But if you have your phone handy and you want to just take a photo of that, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm going to share this again at the end of our practice this morning. But if you can't make either one of those, we're going to go ahead and put it on our YouTube channel, which is Mind the Moment. And but I would encourage you to share this with anybody, with family, friends, colleagues, really anybody. So we're going to just take a little bit of time to look at fear and uncertainty and how that shows up in the body, how to work with it. And, with the bulk of our time, we'll be focused on how to practice working with this kind of uncertainty. So let me stop the share. And Julia, thank you. Thank you. Please feel free to share. Again, there's no charge for this. So with that, let's go ahead and move into practice. So as always, you can do your practice seated, you could stand, you can lie down, really whatever feels like it's going to be most supportive to you. I would say if you're tired, probably not to lie down. That would be the only, but otherwise, really situating yourself in a way that feels engaged, comfortable, not too loose, not too tight, eyes open or closed. So if you decide to keep the eyes open, you just simply want to gaze downward a little bit. So go ahead and make some micro movements in the posture that you're going to be using this morning. And I typically always begin with 2 deep breaths, just as a way to settle any surface tension from the morning and make your exhalation a little bit longer than your inhalation. So we all breathe in different rates. So go ahead and do 2 deep breaths with a little bit of a longer exhalation. And we'll begin by letting go of all that has happened so far today and releasing anticipation of what's next, bringing your mind and body together in this moment. And really nowhere else to be and nothing else to do this time you have set aside for yourself for practice. It's really just for that. So just releasing expectations, releasing thoughts about what's happened this morning or what might happen next. See if you can fully arrive mind and body together. And a way to help do that is just to bring awareness to your whole body. So as you are sitting or standing or lying down, receive the sensations that your body is offering from your activities so far this morning. So that could be aware of points of contact with the body and the surface that you're on. And we're going to be feeling from the inside instead of thinking about, but actually feel the points of connection with your body and the surface. Feel the physical expression of your activity. So that could be pulsing, vibration, the beat of the heart, perhaps temperature, which is something that I'm aware of this morning, just simply feeling cold. And always our sensations, physical sensations, tend to fall into a category of pleasant, unpleasant, or neither of those, kind of neutral. And we're learning to have some equanimity or balance with whichever category that falls into. It's a little easier when things are in our body are pleasant, but they also change. They don't stay the same. So there can be a subtle holding. When things are unpleasant, difficult to work with in the body, that too is of a nature to change. So we're learning to have some balance or equanimity with the unpleasant, not thrown off so much by it. And there could be a tendency to resist. And instead, we're kind of going toward with a receptive, allowing attitude in the mind. So, what physical sensations are happening in your body in this moment? That includes the clothes touching the skin, aware of those points of connection. And let's take a moment to expand awareness from whole body to sound that may be in the room or even outside of the room that you're in. Again, with a receptive attitude in the mind. And some of those sounds may appear, do their thing, and move along. Some sounds may be more consistent. It's all included. And finally, this morning, we're going to land on a concentration practice. So we're going to find a anchor, something that the mind can kind of anchor itself to, because thoughts are going to come and go throughout our whole practice. That's normal. It's just what minds do. But as narratives slip in unnoticed and become noticed, we're just going to decide not to continue along with that narrative. We're going to release it. We're going to soften our body. There's always a contraction with thought. Mostly that goes unnoticed. So we're going to see, not a problem, release, soften, and return to your stabilizer, your anchor. And now that could be breath sensation anywhere in your body that it's easiest for you to track the inhalation and exhalation. So it could be really you feel the carriage of the body, the movement of the body as you inhale and exhale. Or it could be a more narrow focus of belly, chest, abdomen, nostrils, any of those. And you're going to aim and sustain your attention there. If breath is challenging this morning for any reason, you could take the palms of your hands and rest them on the top of your thighs. You could also touch your hands together in any way that feels easy. And that point of connection, the feeling of that point of connection could be where you land your attention. It's also fine to use sound. If there is a consistent sound in your background, you can go ahead and open up to that and just receive. And as thoughts slip in and you notice, soften the body and return to sound or breath sensation or other physical sensation. So go ahead and take a minute just to see what's going to work for you this morning. And whatever seems to be the best fit for you this morning, let's go ahead and stay with that for the remainder of our practice. So whether that's breath anywhere in the body where you can feel it and connect with it, or another physical sensation, hands on thighs or hands together, or back of the body on the surface. Or sound in the room or outside of the room. Each time a thought slips in and you notice it, make a soft mental note, thinking. Soften your body and return to that anchor. and noticing where your mind is. And just gently, with ease, release the narrative, allow your body to soften, and return to your anchor. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. And may whatever good comes of this be for the benefit of all beings. And before we return, I want to read just uh, a short piece from John O'Donohue. It's the end of a poem, and I just kind of randomly came across it. But one of the things that struck me about it is that um, this wish for ourselves is why we practice. In part, you'll hear in just a minute that the idea is that we want to take the concentrated mind out into the service of our lives so that we see with greater clarity. Mindfulness just works better on a steady platform. So he ends a poem by saying, "May I live this day compassionate of heart, clear in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, generous in love." Um, and those are the kind of pro-social qualities that we cultivate in this practice. Um, and I think it's especially helpful, with people that we struggle with, or and it's not about not taking action when action is needed, but it's informed by this quality of being awake, and of being aware. So I just, we've got 7 minutes or so, and would love to open it up to sharing. So anybody that has heard a podcast recently or read a book, or um, you know, engaged in something that has inspired them related to practice and cultivation of these qualities, please feel free to go ahead and share that. And it's also an opportunity for questions. So if there is anything related to your practice this morning, or anything that I have said that leaves you wondering, or that you have a question about, you can go ahead and put that right in the chat. And as you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and share one more time. So there you go. Again, this is, we're calling it Riding the Waves of Change, Mindfulness for Uncertain Times. It's a free workshop. There'll be 2 sessions. So one is October 24th, and the other is November 13th. One's before the election, one's after the election. This is really aimed at really what's happening globally, and the kind of unrest that has the potential to bring. Let me stop the share. Yeah, so anything at all that anybody would like to ask or offer? All right. Well, I think that we can call it a little bit early this morning. Thank you for coming, and really nice to practice with everyone this morning. Enjoy this upcoming weekend. I think the weather's going to be pretty amazing. And yeah, so just thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Okay. Let me see these few things coming in here. Yeah, Julia, definitely spread the word. And, again, like this, there's no charge, just anybody can hop on and join. And then we will also have the recording available in case, for anybody that misses it. Oh, Susan, that would be great. Post to social media. Yeah, that would be fabulous. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Okay.